morning, church family. My name is Kanani, and I've been attending Pikes Peak Christian Church since 2005.
And I'm Bill, and I've been here since 2010.
When I started attending church back in 2005, I started giving to the church. Generosity comes fairly easy to me. I like to give of my time and of my service, and so giving to the Lord was not hard for me at all.
And generosity for me was a little different. I was always worked hard for my money and thought my money was my money, and I don't like to give my money up.
Because Bill was in the military, I continued to give to the Lord and prayed earnestly that he would change Bill's heart.
So when I returned from my deployment and found out that Kanani was giving to the church without really talking to me about it, I tolerated it and I gave her a little bit of leeway. My thought was if the staff needs money, they need to go get a real job and not be using my money. So I tolerated her giving to the church, but in the back of my mind, I always had that thought that I could be buying a new truck or making a new house payment or buying things that our family wanted instead of giving to the church. That went on for a few years, causing a little bit of turmoil in our marriage and in our household. And it stayed that way for a few years. And in 2012, I was asked to go on a mission trip to Africa with Scott and Annelle Price. While I was there, my heart really changed because I saw how the Maasai have nothing, and they was giving everything to God. And who am I to worry about a truck payment or a car payment or a house payment when these people don't even have food, but they're giving to God?
When Bill came back from Africa, I noticed that God had really changed his heart and his mind. He realized that what we had was not ours, but it actually belonged to God. And God just blessed us with it and allowed us to provide for us, and not just to provide for us, but to provide for people who don't have.
So when I came back, I sat down with Kanani and we talked for a while about what we wanted to give and what we was going to give to. The more I got involved in church, and especially now that I'm on staff, I've really noticed and got to see where all the money goes and the giving goes, and all the different ministries that it supports, and all the different ministries that are helping the community that I never even heard of or knew about before I got involved with the church.
I have the honor and the privilege and the blessing of working with our children in children's ministry. And there in children's ministry, we're teaching our children about generosity. And it blesses my heart to see and to know that they give freely to God without any hindrance. And it also blesses me to know that we're teaching the next generation what it looks like to be generous.
I think sometimes when maybe the money flow is not coming in like it does normally, different times of the year when you're struggling with different bills, sometimes you're like, well, maybe we shouldn't tithe so much or give so much. But then we always do, and God always seems to provide when we need it. All of our payments are being made. All of our house is being ran the way we want it. The money's always there. We don't always have what we want, but we always have what we need. And I give that to God because He makes sure we have what we need.